But that is the $1 million question for you, Chunky. Let's start there, man. How do you handle like all the projects under the FSL Web3 ecosystem, in the sense that, like, you know, it'd be easy if like maybe 2 of them were failing and like 1 of them was thriving, because then your time would be, but they're all freaking thriving. So like, how do you handle managing all of them that are like just successful and like keep that ball just running, you know?
Dude, it's fun. It is fun. And so, you know, just going back to my past life, and I'll bring this full circle. Past life, I worked in broadline food service distribution. I worked for brokerages in the food service world. And, you know, the problem that we all really loved having was too much volume and too much excitement, too much demand, right? And that I've learned in Web3 is also like a wonderful, wonderful problem to have. You know, not everything is going to be as successful as others, but at the same time, we're a pretty small team. We're a lean team over at FSL, and it's kind of crazy to imagine it that way. We do have people on the inside that manage certain projects and certain products. You know, we've got a StepN team that is absolutely goated. Our MOOAR team and the marketing team around all things MOOAR is doing a spectacular job. FSL ID is doing a whole lot of work on the tech integration side and integrating FSL ID with a lot of other projects and partners out there. And now we have GGUSD as well. And we've got people from all of those teams working on the GG boxes. So while we do have people that are dedicated to certain products, we all sort of help each other out and work cross, I guess, like a cross department or whatever you want to call it, right? Even more so now than ever. You know, I do a lot of things on the forward facing side on spaces and streams and just a lot of things in the community, but I'm also BD full time, and the BD team, we have so much fun reaching out and talking to partners and whipping up cool collaborations and cool events. And so I wouldn't say like it's difficult at all. I mean, it's challenging to handle a lot of the products that you know, we're constantly getting questions about and constantly trying to ship updates on. But at the same time, like, it's a great problem to have. I wouldn't call it a problem. I'd call it excitement. So yeah, it's been fun.
So chronically online ill is basically the best way to describe you.
Jorge, I'm actually today I'm on vacation. Today and tomorrow I'm on vacation, so doing some streams and doing some spaces and taking some
This is
meetings.
vacation. This
Dude,
is
it
great.
is.
Hey,
Listen,
I'm
it's
on
so much
vacation.
fun. Listen, when you asked me like, hey, you want to hop on and talk about Step and talk about FSL? I looked at the calendar and I was like, hell yeah, I've got some time to sit back and relax and enjoy the conversation with Jorge and the Solana gaming team.
If there's any founder that is watching this right now, this is not an example of your typical BD guy. This is the guy that's why all these projects are absolutely firing at all cylinders, because he's on vacation and he's here live on stream.
And
Man,
look, you do the same thing. I know you do.
Yeah, kick me off with GGUSD, right? Kick me off with the GG boxes. Help me understand what's happening here. Give us the 411. Tell us like what are we expecting, right? I think there's so many facets to GGUSD that not many people understand. And from a gaming perspective, like, I definitely understood that, man, this could be a great way to power games, a great way to work with other games, a great way for you guys to even gamify ways to approach different things. So give me that 411, that like unboxing of GG.
Sure. We'll start with GGUSD. So I think we launched GGUSD, which is our first and only stablecoin, native stablecoin in the FSL ecosystem. If you use StepN and have used StepN or Step and Go, like back in the day, and even up until now, obviously USDC has been the staple of choice there. But back in June, we launched GGUSD in partnership with Agora Finance, right? And so, you know, we're multi-chain right now. Obviously, Solana. I can't say this out loud, but I can say it out loud. I'm a Solana maxi, right? It is what it is. Let's clip that out. But you know, it's sort of the native stablecoin ecosystem. No locking, no staking. Right now, the boosted APY that's paid out daily is upwards of 9%, I think. But again, the key is like you don't have to lock, you don't have to stake. I mean, you constantly earn APY. And I don't know how long that boosted period is going to last. We're sitting back and paying attention and watching all factors. But that sort of opened up an opportunity for us and a lot of partners and a lot of other games in the ecosystem. And I know that we're actively we've actually secured a couple of partnerships that are going to launch GGUSD as their stablecoin in the platform, and that those announcements will come down the road. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time for some of these things, like in all gaming. But yeah, it's been great to be able to have a staple like that at the core of our ecosystem now. And then the other thing that comes along with that is the GG boxes, right? And dude, let's be honest, everybody loves mystery boxes. Everybody loves loot crates. Like it's one of those things where you think about what can we do that's new and different and exciting and can get people can go viral and can get people glued in. Sometimes there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. Mystery boxes, loot crates, they're tried and true. People love them. I love them. I've been a sucker for loot crates and spinny wheels since the history of time. I mean, speaking of Vegas, we were talking about Vegas. They do the same exact thing. So, but at the same time, we have rewarded over 80,000 wallets. We airdropped over 80,000 wallets that have interacted with the FSL ecosystem with GG boxes. And the trick is that you need to buy a key for 1 GGUSD to open up those boxes. Inside of those boxes, you can get APY boosts. You can get 0.1 GGUSD, which obviously is like the base. That's the lowest you'll ever get. And in that case, just like, oh shit, well, let me try to get something better. You can get StepN sneakers, both common sneakers and Genesis sneakers, which I've seen several of those 1-of-1 Genesis sneakers claimed. You can get 1,000 GGUSD, which I haven't been fortunate enough to get, but I've seen those. And right now we actually have a little event going on where we've got people posting up their weekly APY boost. I think mine is 100 and something, or maybe low 200s that I've got from opening GG boxes. But I saw somebody a couple of days ago had a 667% boost for the week.
There's a GG Maxi there.
Dude, I know, right? And that's the thing. And like people are even gamifying that. Like people are even gamifying. They're opening a bunch of boxes at a time and figuring out, all right, this is what I'm getting approximately from yield. Here's the opportunity. Like I can get 1,000 GGUSD. What am I going to do here? And it's fun. It's fun. And
yeah, it's funny because you and I backstage before we started this, one thing that I mentioned to you is like the thesis of Web3 gaming, right? And it's like we've always believed that gaming is gonna be, and not just say is gonna be what onboards millions of users to Web3, right? And it's just finding out those products, showcasing these products, right? And I think like, yeah, man, like you look at preloaded cell phones nowadays, right? You got the iPhone and Samsung, and you look at what kind of games you have on there. And it's like, man, they're not very much similar from Web3 games, or like the aspect of it, right? It's like you're constantly trying to buy a loot box, you're spending money in these games and whatnot. Like, man, it's already there. It's just making the translation from them.